and welcome to FindAShoreHome.tv. And today we're going to be talking with Tony Balmer. Welcome, Tony.
Morning.
He's the president of BD Movers from the down to Jersey Shore, and we're going to be talking about how to position yourself when you're ready to make a move.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your company?
Thank you, Aiden. I own BD Movers. We've been in business for 21 years. We're a unique company. We give a firm price for our moves, so only my men come out to do the moves. At the end of the day, there's no surprises with your price. What I said is what it will be at the end of the day. The fact that we use our men means that I don't hire anybody on the street corner on the way to your job. So there's no scary people in your house at the end of the day either. These guys have been around my daughters. I trust them around your family. We've gone to the firm pricing because my industry has received a black eye. They tell you one price on the phone or perhaps at the kitchen table, but at the end of the day, it's a very different price. We don't want that to happen here.
Mm-hmm. So, what areas do you actually specialize in?
Most movers do everything. Let me back up. They do residential moves, but in that's broken up into a lot of different categories.
Okay.
We do the typical residential move, house to house, but we also specialize in senior moves. Mom and dad perhaps are moving into assisted living, or they're downsizing and going to a senior community. It's one of the areas where we specialize in because there's a greater need of care and extra services that are needed for mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember that mom and dad are in their 70s or 80s. If the kids help out, that means that they're in their 50s. They don't want to be carrying these stressors, right?
Right.
So they can be a help, and we'll guide them towards where they are the most help. Maybe with packing, maybe with moving lamps, maybe helping mom and dad get organized.
Mm-hmm.
But organizing all this, getting perhaps cleaners in, perhaps a hauling company, that's where we come in to make sure that everybody's coordinated. We help mom and dad.
Well, the first time we actually met, you were a little bit running late because you actually had a special move where you actually helped the lady pack, mm-hmm. and she actually did the move herself. So, I mean, you will do one extreme to the other extreme.
Yeah, you hire us to make your life easier. That's the bottom line. You shouldn't call a mover for any other reason. Mm-hmm. That woman you're talking about, her son was coming up from, I believe it was Georgia, to move her. She was in a panic because she didn't have the energy to pack the house. And that morning we were making sure everything was ready for the son when he got there.
Right, right. That's super. Now, you're located specifically at the Jersey Shore, but you do moves cross-country, or you coordinate those things?
I will self-haul, this is a typical term, for properly from Maine down to Florida. My trucks, my men will move that. If it goes beyond that, I'll use a van line. Typically I use national van lines. They give excellent prices, they're very competitive on their pricing. And in that case you'd be part of, say, 4 or 5 houses on a big tractor trailer. When you go with my trucks, you're the only one in my truck. And again, you have that control of it's my men that load, my truck that brings it, and my truck that unloads it for you.
Right.
So there's no what ifs in that.
So if people did drop off some boxes at somebody else's home by accident,
exactly.
Start to finish.
Yep, we invite the customers on the truck to see that it's empty. We invite them at the end of the day to come on the truck to make sure it's empty again. And nothing's hidden behind the blankets, nothing is forgotten.
Well, great. Well, that's some great information. We're going to be back shortly, and we're going to talk about what some of the questions are that you would ask your moving company, or if you were interviewing a moving company. We'll be back in just a minute.